Hey guys, some gamer dude here, so here's part 3. This time we're opening 7 packets because I bought 26 all up, and that divvied up into 7766. Which are 2 games that are in the set. I could have done it as 2 lots of 13, but I didn't really want to. Same thing goes as last time. If I've seen it in a prior video, I'm skimming past it. Mystic, I don't think I've seen that. Just chuck the garbage over there. So, Mystic. Put Mystic into the break zone, choose one forward, it loses 1,000 power and turns to 10. I actually think I have seen that. It's a 2-cost water backup. Good for it. Rama, seen it. Jessie, seen it, but happy to have another copy. I like Jessie. She's a good effect. Chocobo, seen it, wanted more copies of it. Atmos, that's new. 6-cost summon Earth, EX break, and a from 9. So, yeah, we didn't get many 9 cards. Starting to see some more. Select one of the following actions. Choose one, delve forward and break it. Choose one forward, do it, 8,000 damage. That's just normal modular. It's not, hey, we've got a super specific thing and a less specific thing. It's not the type of modular I'm perfectly fine with. But I do notice Earth has a lot of modular. Dragoon, was hoping to get more copies. Manga Thief. Dragon, this time in foil. I think we have a playset and 1 in 4. Hey, Beatrix, we haven't seen her yet. If you control card named Steiner, Beatrix gains plus 1,000 power and doesn't receive damage from your opponent's abilities, which makes it pretty nifty. She's a water, 3-cost, 7,000 forward. And when she attacks, all forwards your opponent controls lose 1,000 power until end of turn, which is pretty nifty. Swamp Monk from 13. It's a Sahagin monster, 2-cost ice monster. Pay ice, becomes a 5,000 power forward. When it attacks, choose one forward or monster and dull it. Okay. Lancer, which is a Dragoon that doesn't jump. 2-cost backup. Tap it and put it into the break zone. Choose one forward against first strike until end of turn. First strike is typically associated with lightning. And hey, our second legend. Finally. Shantoto. I have no idea. It's from Dissidia, Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 11. Again, don't play online games. So, it's 9,000, 6-cost forward. When it is dealt damage, deal the same amount of damage to all forwards other than Shinato. If a forward damaged by this ability is put into the break zone, remove it from the game instead. And Colossal Shinato, pay 3 Earth and tap it, deal 5,000 damage to all forwards. I kind of prefer some of the other cards. But at least it's a second legend. I think that's only our second one. These packets can't be weighed, so I hope they're not picked through. And some of their packets do not want to open. So we have to rip and tear Cloud's face. We don't damage the cards. Cyclone, seen it. Shiva, seen it. Second copy. Bard, seen it. Poop Poop, seen it. Araman, seen it. Chocobo, second copy. Happy. Yaman, I think we have a playset. I think that actually might be our second one in foil. Seen it. Bahamut. Okay. 4-cost fire summon. Choose one forward. Deal it 8,000 damage. If it is put into the field from the break zone this turn, removed from the game instead. So if it damages something and it dies this turn, it's removed instead. Nashu, so we have 2 of her. We can nearly use the Hildebrand thing. And Ritz from Final Fantasy Tactics, which I think is the main girl of that game. Tactics Advance. It's a wind, 7,000 forward for 3. Characters you control cannot be returned to their owner's hand by your opponent summons or abilities. That's oddly specific. If you control a card named Shara, I don't know who that is. I think it's the main one, the one like Fran in that game. Ritz gains plus 2,000 power. Alrighty. So, and what was she? She was a hero. We haven't seen a legend in foil either. I wonder if those are very scarce. Because I know that the Renoa from one of the sets is like $80 for the foil, I believe. Dond, seen it. Sage, seen it. Magus, seen it. Purpose, seen it. Chocobo playset. Adamantoise, seen it. Ghoul, seen it. Hey, Vincent. And I think this is one of the decks I already have a set. But now the foil. EX Burst. So we're still staring rares. Again, might end up with a full set at this rate. Other than the legends. Vincent is a 5-cost, 7,000 power forward. EX Burst, when it enters the field, you may search for card name Vincent, add to your hand, so it sets up the S ability, which is Garlean Beast. Pay Earth and discard a Vincent. Vincent gets plus 4,000 power until end of turn, which is pretty nifty, it's pretty useful. Ezel, we've seen. Joke about Vanguard. Marauder, I think that's Place It now. Gladiator. And Tama, which is the main companion from Final Fantasy, World of Final Fantasy. 7 cost backup. Ouch. When it enters the field, choose 1 Earth Forward of cost 5 or less into your break zone and play it onto the field. 6 and tap it, put it into the break zone. Choose 1 Earth Forward with a cost 5 or less in your break zone. Play it into the field. Dull. Use this ability only during your turn. So you get 2 forwards out of that 7 cost card. That's not that bad. So next up we have Jesse. I think that's Place It now. Mystic, seen it. Black Mage, seen it. Atmos, seen it. Bomb, seen it. Brian, they're up to 4 copies. Barbas, Sage, seen it. Seen it. Place It. Seen it. And Moogle from Final Fantasy VI. Our only new card. So, 3 cost water forward with 4,000 power. If you control 2 or more 6 forwards other than Mog, Mog cannot be chosen by your opponent's abilities or summons, and tap it to draw a card. Oh, I wish it couldn't be attacked too. Oh yeah, but you can just keep tapping and drawing cards each turn. That's pretty nifty. It's not the worst card in the world. It's definitely got its uses if you're running a 6 deck, but I think 6 is mostly fire. Black Belt, seen it. Sage, seen it. Warrior, pretty sure I've seen it. Ranger, seen it. Goblin, seen it. Bard, I think we might have seen it, but yep, we've seen it. Moogle, seen it. Ooh, a foil legend! I don't know if it's any good, but it's a foil legend. That's the highest scarcity I think you can get in this set. So it might be a whole $7 or something. As I said, this set does not have much in terms of value. The cost required to play your monster, so it's a 2 cost 5,000 forward. The cost required to play your monsters onto the field is reduced by 1. It cannot become 0. When a monster you control is put from the field into the break zone, you may dull mirror if it is active. If you do, search for a monster with the same name and add it to your hand, which isn't bad. Not a bad card. It's actually a really cool monster deck you could do with that. Moods, that's the Prince from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. It's a 3 cost backup in Ice. EX Burst, when Moot enters the field, you may search for 1 card named Sid Randall or card named Remedy and add it to your hand. We haven't seen Sid yet. Might set this backup. Biggs, that's new. Backup, Avalanche Operative, 2 cost Earth. Tap it, choose 1 Avalanche Operative. It gains plus 1,000 power until end of turn. If you control card named Wedge, it gains plus 2,000 power instead. That's pretty neat. Restrictor from Final Fantasy VII. I think that's from the expansions as well. 3 cost lightning backup. So forward backup, it's just a backup. EX Burst, when it enters the field, you may search for 1 job Civets, and add it to your hand. And Terra from Final Fantasy VI. We got 2 legends in 1 packet. That's great. And it's a legend I actually would want. 4, 7,000 power. I think she's another white card like the Cloud we saw earlier. Forward, when Terra enters the field, you may search for 1 summon with a cost of 5 or less and add it to your hand, which alludes to the fact she's half Esper. And Riot Blade, tap and pay 2, choose 1 forward, deal at 6,000 damage, search for 1 summon and add it to your hand. That's actually not bad. So she replaces other Terras that you use. Pay for the ability. And it's nice Amano art. It's not accurate to the actual game because Terra's meant to have green hair and the sprites came first, but very, very nice card. I'm happy with that. Getting some good pulls here. At least I think so. In terms of getting characters. Usher, seen it. Monk, seen it. Warrior, seen it. Magus, seen it. Bard, seen it. Viking, seen it. Zac, seen it. Gal. Okay, getting more of the 6 stuff now. Wild Child, which is a 5 cost water. I keep saying blue. 5 cost water forward with 6,000 power. For each monster you control, Gal gains plus 1,000 power. Because it's nice with that 4 legend we got recently in this video. When Gal enters the field, choose 1 monster of 2 cost in your break zone, play it onto the field. Rage, discard a Gal, pay blue, tap it, choose 1 forward and break it. Use this ability only if you control 3 monsters. That's pretty versatile. I actually really like Gal. I'm not a big fan. Actually, no. Because I grinded him up and got the dinosaur for him and cat scratch and all that, he wasn't actually that bad in my game. Torrent Berries. I think this relates to that other card. When Torrent Berries enters the field, choose one forward. It loses 2,000 power until end of turn. Put Torrent Berries into the break zone. Choose one forward. It loses 2,000 power until end of turn. And you can pay water to put Torrent Berries into the break zone. Choose one forward. It loses 4,000 power until end of turn. So you can bring something down by 8,000 for the entire thing for 3, which I think is fine. 3 to bring something down 8,000. And if there's anything that triggers off a monster coming out, that's pretty nifty. Sid, finally, that card everything was referring to. Sid Randall, an ice forward for 4 with 8,000 power. If you control a card named Remedy, it gains plus 1,000 power, so I think they give plus 1,000 to each other. And when your opponent's forward enters the field, if your opponent doesn't pay 1, dull that forward. Neat. I like him. He's nifty. Deltia? A Deleta? I don't know. Tactics didn't play it. 3 cost forward with 7,000 power. Earth. When Deleta enters the field, choose one forward your opponent controls. You may put one of your forwards at the same cost other than Deleta into the break zone if you do break the chosen card, which has its uses. When it is chosen by summons or abilities, it gains plus 1,000 power until end of turn, so you can use your own abilities. And just actually, those fight cards aren't that bad with it. Just you can stack them. And Setzer. We are getting all the 6 characters now. 5 cost ice, 7,000 power forward. When Setzer enters the field, you may search for one category 6 character and add it to your hand. When Setzer is put into the field from the break zone, choose one forward your opponent controls, dull and freeze it. So tap it can't untap next turn. I actually really like that they've given can't untap a keyboard. Magic the Gathering should do that. It's a concept continuously used. It should be keyboarded. So this is the final one for today. Monk, seen it. Shiva, I think we're going to place it. Got more than a playset. Playset. I think this is on the second one we've seen. Ifrit, that's new. 2 cost summon with for fire. EX burst, choose one forward, deal 4,000 damage. If you control 5 or more fire characters, now that's backups and forwards. I think it might include monsters, so this isn't that hard to set up. Deal it 7,000 damage instead. It's not that hard to get this much, that many cards out. Dark Knight, that's new too. So we're still seeing commons. 3 cost 7,000 power. Earth. When it enters the field, choose one forward you control. It gains plus 1,000 power for each point of damage you have received until the end of the turn. So it basically gives them per damage point you have plus 1,000 power. It's not that useful. It's alright. Loki, another foil legend. Although people kept saying it's pronounced Locke. Looks like Loki to me. Or Loke. Could be Loke, because the E would cause the O to change sounds. Ice for 3, 7,000 power. When Locke, as we'll say it the way everyone else does, enters the field, choose 2 or more category 6 characters you control other than Locke. Your opponent discards... Sorry, if you control 2 or more other ones, your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. When Locke deals damage to your opponent discards 1 card from their hand. And special, which means you just discard 1. It can't be blocked this turn. Nifty. I really like him. I wouldn't mind 3 copies of him. And in foil, because it's pretty. It's very, very pretty. Marsh. I don't think we've seen that yet. To go with the Moogle. 3 cost fire forward with 7,000 power. Dull 1 active forward. Choose 1 forward blocking Marsh. Deal a damage equal to the power of the dull forward. Oh, that is nifty. That is really, really nifty. You can threaten with something really bad in the back. Now, I don't know if it makes the damage go through like Force of Will, or it's still considered blocked like Magic the Gathering. I'd have to look that up. Leviathan, seen it. Lich, seen it. And that's new too. That's the one of the goals from World of Final Fantasy. If you control 3 or more World of Final Fantasy characters other than Hayan, again, I don't remember, I played a while back. She gains plus 4,000 power. If you control 5 or more, she gains plus 1,000 power and Brave. And she's a 2-cost forward with 5,000 power. So, that was really good. We got, for the Legend Drought we got before, 3 Legends in a row, guys. That was awesome. So, I'm really happy with those pulls. I've only got one more video to record, and I'll see you guys next time.